Hey guys, it's Friday the 15th of May. I'm just going to ring up the North Shore District Court and find out who's the JP or JP's names that will be presiding in courtroom 4.
Hello, Jenny speaking.
G'day Jenny, how are you?
Good.
I'm just calling. I've got a defended hearing on the 19th of May, next Tuesday at 9:30 in the morning in courtroom 4. I couldn't find out apparently until today who the JPs are rostered on or who will be presiding in the courtroom.
We can't release that information, and I don't know who's presiding on that day.
Why can't you release that information?
I'm sorry, is this Mr. King?
Yeah.
Can you please hold for a moment?
Sure.
Okay. So just come on the 17th of March.
Okay, what was your name?
Jenny.
Thank you, Jenny.
You're welcome.
You have an awesome day.
Same to you.
See ya.
Bye.
Hello.
Hello there, it's Carl Lewis here from North Shore District Court.
Carl, hi, how are you?
Not too bad, thanks. You inquiry about who the Justice of the Peace will be on your next hearing?
Yeah, I was in yesterday and spoke to JP. He said that you guys didn't get the list until Thursday afternoon, so he wouldn't be able to tell me that until today. I told him I'd give him a call today, which is what I'm doing.
Okay, yeah, so for our rosters, I haven't seen what the rosters are, but they do have a tendency to change. Okay, so we can't confirm who's going to be the Justice of the Peace until the actual day of the actual hearing.
Okay.
More than happy if you want to phone through on Tuesday morning. I can confirm who is going to be then, but as I said, it does have a tendency to change, so we're unable to confirm who it's going to be.
Wow, that's interesting. Also, I noticed on the counter there that you had a notice there saying that recording the staff was prohibited without their consent. What statutory instrument are you using as an enforcement behind that?
Well, that's the staff's own personal, for them to be, if they wish to be recorded,
Are they not consenting by acting in a public office?
but their own private privacy, so we ask that people do not record.
Sure. I get that you can ask that, but my understanding is there's no expectation of privacy in a public area, which is where they are, which is why I'm being filmed when I walk in there, and I mean, they've got a camera behind them all day. It just seems weird to me to see, on one side of the glass I see notice, cameras are operating, and then on the other side, them expecting some form of privacy in a public office.
I think, Mr. King, because I'm aware...
Please call me Mark. Mr. King's not me.
Okay, so I'm aware that you have recorded members of my staff, and I know that possibly you're recording this now.
Oh, absolutely. I can record everything to do with the public.
And I also know that you post items on YouTube.
Sure, absolutely, which is my right to do so.
My staff as well, their privacy and actually having that displayed in public, I'd appreciate it if you didn't record. If you are recording, if you advise them that you're recording. If they're happy to, then that's fine. If not,
Well, I mean, like I said, JT did mention that, and when I was in there yesterday, I made sure that JT wasn't recorded because he did have an issue with it. So I respect that wish, and I can understand that. But I mean, if someone wants to point out that they have an issue with it, of course I'll respect those wishes. I think I said that to you one other time.
and that's why the signs are there, so that
Granted, but to me, there is no expectation of privacy in a public place. So that notice, I'm asking what force and effect, what statutory instrument are you using to enforce that notice?
we are simply stating that if you're going to record, that my staff do not wish to be recorded. Do you want to record? Then you advise my staff, and if they are happy to be recorded, that's fine.
I don't believe it works that way in a public building.
That's what I'm asking.
Well, that's fine, and like I said, you're happy to an ask can be a request, correct? And a request can be declined.
And if you're not prepared to stop recording, then my staff don't have to actually be there to be recorded. I'm happy to come and serve you if you come and get a counter.
Sure, I don't understand why I'm getting some sort of resistance from you. I mean, you guys are all working in a public building as public servants, so why is there an issue with being recorded?
I'm happy to discuss that when you come in next time, Mr. King.
Well, why can't we discuss it now?
Because so I've got other customers which I need to deal with as well.
Well, in all fairness, I only rung up to find out information that I've been led to believe from JT all week that I could have, and now I'm being told a completely different story from you on the 11th hour.
I'm more than happy to provide you with the details of the Justice of the Peace if you want to contact me on Tuesday morning, and I can confirm who it's going to be.
Well, I'll be in transit from 9 o'clock, obviously, to come to the courthouse at 9:30 for the appearance, wouldn't I? So
8 o'clock in the morning, so if you want to phone through then.
Oh, okay. I thought you were only open till from 9 in the morning onwards.
I'm here early doors, so
Cool.
I'm happy to, if you want to phone through, and I can answer you.
Cool.
Find out exactly who's going to be there.
So you can't tell me what statutory instrument you're using to enforce your expectation of privacy in the public building?
I'm not enforcing anything.
Well,
what we're saying is that we do not wish you to record.
It says it's prohibited. That notice is giving the intention that there's something not allowed to be done. So I'm asking.
As I said, we do not wish you to record in here as members of the staff. There's no enforcement. I'm not enforcing it. I'm just advising you that there is that time.
Again, like I've said before, I'll happily respect anybody that wishes not to be recorded in a public place. I'm happy to black out their faces so they're not seen. But there is no expectation of privacy whatsoever in a public building, and I'll exercise my right to do as I wish.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
Alright. Please call me Mark from now on. I do not like being called Mr. King.
Okay, no, not a problem at all.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Cheers.
That's one for the book. And yes, Carl, you are correct. I do record. And yes, Carl, that was being recorded. And yes, Carl, I am putting you up on YouTube, just as I have done with this entire process from step 1 to step 10. I am recording this for public interest. I have had a speeding ticket that has been falsely alleged by what I thought was a police constable there to uphold the common law and to ensure there's no breaches of the peace. Then I get run over. Who exactly is the wrongdoer in that situation? Now, I'm exercising my person's right to request a court hearing, and Carl, you're quite right, mate. You do have the right to request that I don't record your staff, and I'm more than happy to black out any faces. But do not, for an instant, think that. And again, I don't want to cause any alarm or distress, but I'm not going to have my rights being trespassed upon. So if your staff have an issue with being filmed in a public place in their public capacity, there are plenty of other jobs out there that aren't in the public sector where they don't have to be done. You know, I'm not forcing your staff to work behind that counter, and like I say, I wish none of them any ill will, but I will document every step of the way what I am doing and what I am trying to find out and ascertain and after 4 years of studying what I've studied in the lines of different social structures, systems, different legalese, mate, there's so much crap out there and disinformation that the only way I know is to do it myself and document it and provide evidence to everybody. So it's there. There's no guesswork, alright? Unlike most, I back up everything I say. If you have a question, feel free to ask. But don't for a second think that I don't have the right to record any public official in any public capacity in any public building, because I do. And unless you want to tell me that that's a private administrative hearing going on in that courtroom that's rented out for the day in that public building, then I'm going to presume that that is a public setting, that it is an open public court, and I'm within my rights to do as I wish. If you believe you have authority over myself to say otherwise, bring forth some evidence. If any other man believes he has authority over myself, a man, prove it. Alright? Because according to your legal maxims, equality before the law is mandatory and paramount. That's all I'm asking for. Bit of equality. I think it's only fair. Anyway, enough of my rant. See you guys.